can invite her for next talk now. You can introduce respected Sharda Jain ma'am. Shivani?
Yes, it's a very, very proud privilege now to introduce the iconic, one and only greatest personality, Dr. Sharda Jain ma'am. Ma'am has already been introduced by Dr. Ghanshyam Gupta, and she is our General Secretary, our inspiration and guidance of Delhi Gynecologist Forum, so many awards, publications. Madam, today you are speaking on a topic which is probably for the first time ever in my life I have heard this topic. Can PCOS be reversed?
Yes.
Because we always believe that PCOS is our companion for life. So can this be reversed? Madam, we are so eager to hear you. Over to you.
Ghanshyam, please ये अपना share stop sharing करिए sir. Ghanshyam.
Sure, ma'am. Something ma'am has received many legendary awards. So Living Legend Award has been received.
Sir, that's enough.
ठीक है मैम.
आप अपना stop करेंगे तो मैं share करूँगी.
Yes, ma'am. I have stopped it. You can share.
I think wishing everybody a great Mahashivratri. I think this day, no day could be better than this particular day to think on PCOS, can it be reversed? I believe as a teacher, learn everything that is good. Share everything that is good. And do share what is the future. So, taken up a difficult topic, can PCOS, can it be reversed? Great greetings to everybody who is watching and listening. Probably it will stimulate you to work on these lines. Another question is, when infertility bothers you in PCOS, can it be benefited by lifestyle changes, your nutrition and weight loss? My interest in smart anti-aging made me expert in the wellness and the age management. I adopted healthier lifestyle and that gave me a positive impact in my life. I definitely feel better than ever before. This is all around. Big epidemic. Diabetes is a national epidemic, and so is the polycystic ovarian disease is a national epidemic. I come from families of Banyas, Guptas, and Jains. They have sharp minds. But the diabetes, heart attacks, premature aging is a part of their life. Similarly, look at this adolescent girl. Very pretty to look at. But eating carbs, no activity, puts a problem with her, and then see the young adult getting tired with exercise and depressed. When you see the premature aging all around and nearly 150 non-communicable disease, and you wonder what is the cause, the best hidden secret is their diet is just carb, carb, and carbs. This creates insulin resistance. And remember, insulin makes us fat and keeps us fat. Insulin makes us fat and keeps us fat. Understand insulin resistance in few words. When we eat bad carbs or the diet which is only carb, carb, and carbs, understandably there is hyperinsulinemia. But in spite of hyperinsulinemia, the insulin can't get inside the cell because of the insulin resistance. When it can't get inside the cell, What it has to do? This extra sugar goes to the liver. In liver, part of it is stored as glycogen. Next meal नहीं मिलेगा तो इसको use करेंगे. And the rest is stored as fat. Because the insulin has not got inside the cell, you feel tired all the time and you are hungry. You've taken a fat meal and still you find that you are hungry. You'll be surprised to know कि आपका 1 teaspoonful sugar हमारे circulation में, blood circulation में, which is giving us a rough sugar level of less than 100. And 1 teaspoonful is stored as glycogen in the liver. And the rest is deposited as fat. So this is what you need to remember. And you can see, I will talk about what causes all this. But we all know that type 2 diabetes, PCOD, atherosclerosis, dyslipidemia, hypertension, and 150 diseases, they all are related to insulin resistance, and सब भाई बहन है ये. एक आएगा दूसरा जरूर आ जाएगा. So when we start talking about things, it pertains to everything else. So I will make an attempt demystifying polycystic ovarian disease. Polycystic ovarian disease is a disease of civilization, faced by poor gynecologists as an epidemic in 21st century, and especially the people who are working in India and in Asian countries, affecting girls and women of all ages. I'm sure, like me, you have also known many people who have completed their family, but their diet had gone haywire, there was no activity, and now they've developed full-fledged polycystic ovarian disease. And now they have periods 6 months, 9 months, and the age is just 35. Now, is there any alternative to drugs? Yes. Nutrition can be big help in polycystic ovarian disease. You all know that a polycystic ovarian disease is a complex condition. The most common endocrine problem, characterized by irregular menses, hyperandrogenism, and polycystic ovaries. And if she's a young adult, infertility is a big problem. As for the history is concerned, this disease was not heard 150 years back. When I was doing my post-graduation 50 years back, it was rare. We did listen that there were 2 gentlemen, Steen and Leventhal, in 1935, they described it as Steen-Leventhal syndrome. But you look at this girl on the right side. When this is your body physique, cardiometabolic and the cancer are future problems. I've seen people dying of heart attack at the age of 23 and 24. You'll be surprised to know that head of the department of anesthesia and ICU of Max Saket came to me personally. She had been a student of mine. And she said that, Dr. Jain, please teach gynecologists PCOD is not a simple problem. They must evaluate cardiometabolic problems of this young girl. We all know this is called syndrome O. There is an ovarian confusion. But this we mean a lot of follicles run into the race to become a dominant follicle, but because of the over competition, they fail to do so. So there's an ovarian confusion. Ovulation disruption takes place as a result of this. The problem is overnourishment. overproduction of insulin. And this is a syndrome and not a disease. So the multiple potential etiologies have a play.
इसको ले लेना फोटो जरा.
As far as our country is concerned, हम तो गढ़ हैं.
फोटो पे आ गया फिर.
India is a capital. And it contributes 50% presents with infertility and 50% present with recurrent miscarriages. As for the global incidence is concerned, it is less than 10 years.
या बाद में ले
Various studies show the incidence varies between 4 to 12%. As far as this country is concerned, minimum is 20 to 25%. You find there are so many guidelines are there. But now, everybody accepts Rotterdam criteria. This August gathering, I need not tell what are the three components. But 2018 international guidelines, they have stayed the Rotterdam criteria as the final criteria. This classification is all evidence-based, so there is no questions and questioning about it. The change in 2018 guidelines is only the cyst numbers. Earlier it was more than 10, now it is said more than 20. Insulin resistance is the main thing behind PCOS. There's obesity, there is PCOS problem because of the excess of ovarian androgen production due to hyperinsulinemia. And the root of this particular thing is traced to the intrauterine life. People have started talking about the genetic factors, which can be both X-linked or autosomal dominant mode of inheritance. People have to finally narrow down what are the genetics factor involved into it. There's a disturbance of hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis, and the lifestyle and the nutritional factors are the main problems for this insulin resistance. Couple of slides will tell you what is going on behind it. I'm going to talk in a very simple language. No doubt there is a genetic predisposition and there's an excess of androgen secretion. Makes ovary polycystic. At hormonal level, you find increased androgens are there. There's insulin resistance and hyperinsulinemia. There's LHR increased, and the result is anovulation. The genetic and the dietary factors influence again the insulin secretion. It works in the liver, and again you find there is a decrease in SHBG levels, and again you can find there's increase in androgens and increase in estrogens. So it is the genetics, lifestyle, too much of carbohydrate, no activity, bring about insulin resistance, hyperinsulinemia, and just now I told you, whenever there's hyperinsulinemia is there and the insulin can't get inside the cell, everything is directed to the liver. And in the liver, there's an altered steroid hormones, and the result is PCOS, acne, hirsutism, and hyperandrogenic infertility. Along with glucose metabolism, the lipid metabolism also goes haywire, and person lands up in android obesity. There's an insulin-like growth factor binding proteins are also there, and that again give rise to anovulation and obesity, a vicious cycle. This shows the genes and the environment create a havoc. Whenever the mother has growth retarded fetus, the baby is born as low birth weight, and in compensation there is early adiposity. This child will have early menarche. All features of hyperandrogenism present with PCOS and a long-term, not only infertility, long-term sequelae in adulthood and later on. Again, this slide summarizes. It's a genetics and lifestyle. These are the two things which create a havoc. obesity accelerates all hormonal changes. On one side, there's androgens are increased, another side, the insulin is increased. This will cause diabetic metabolic syndrome, and later give rise to cardiovascular risk. The androgens give rise to cosmetic features, hirsutism, and acne, which is the bothersome for all adolescents. And when these two things act on ovarian follicle, there's an increase in estrogens and there's an ovulation and cause whole lot of menstrual problems and infertility. So the woman is a nervous wreck, bothered all the time about the body image, her self-esteem is down, gets depression and anxiety plus. Again, repeating on the same slide, how there is an ovulation and infertility caused by testosterone increase and estradiol increase. All changes are because of the liver, changes everything. So on one side, there's a follicular atresia. On another side, because of the estradiol, again, there is an ovulation and infertility. So on one side, you see obesity, you see features of hyperandrogenism, hirsutism, acne, and alopecia, and on the other side, an ovulatory symptoms. All of you know about all the things. I don't have to really tell. Each one of you know much better than myself. Where is clinical presentation of polycystic ovarian disease? So in adolescent period, the menstrual problem, the obesity, and the cosmetic concerns are plus. While in early adulthood, infertility, recurrent pregnancy loss are main problems. And during pregnancy also, a whole lot of obstetric problems like PIH, gestational diabetes, GRIPA. Talking about a little bit on obesity, the body stores fat in two ways. One is subcutaneous fat, which is seen and very obvious. Other is the fat is stored as a visceral fat. The easiest way to know is हमारी कमर हमारी height से आधी होनी चाहिए. If my height is 5 feet 4 inches, 64 inches is my height, then मेरी कमर 32 इंच होनी चाहिए. Whenever you find कि आपकी कमर कमरा बनने की तरफ जाने लग गई है, you know it is loaded with visceral fat. And in India, there is another thing is there are quite a few of us find that there is a normal BMI, but the abdominal girth is more. Again, bad problems are there as a result of that. Now, these fat cells, please remember all of you, they are biologically active. They secrete dozens of hormones which affect all organs. If the weight is normal, they keep the person healthy. They decrease the appetite, they burn stored fat, they regulate insulin, they protect the person from diabetes. Till the time your weight is normal. But when the belly is supersized, they release more hormones than what body needs. And this creates a havoc. And you have heart attacks, diabetes, strokes, and cancer. Everything many times happen in these obese PCOS patients. Again, I'm trying to say everything in very simple words. Belly fat cells produce proteins. There are various kinds of proteins I have not detailed here that can damage body. How do they damage body? Creating chronic inflammation. And just like insulin resistance, chronic inflammation is the root cause of premature aging. It is the root cause of 150 non-communicable disease, which we call a degenerative disease. These are the disease of civilization. As far as PCOS, hello? As far as the PCOD obese patients are concerned, our experience says that the gallstones in a people who have a BMI more than 40, it ranges around 20 per thousand. But when the BMI is less than 40, it is around 3 per thousand. Arthritis is plus in these people. क्योंकि जो घुटने 50 किलो के लिए बने हुए उसमें अगर आप 80 किलो डालोगे 100 किलो डालोगे तो जल्दी बोल जाएंगे. Type 2 diabetes is rampant. Hypertension, if your BMI is just more than 30, 40% will have hypertension, even if however young age you have. And if the BMI is more than 40, nearly 2/3 will have hypertension. And the cancer increase in this particular group 4 to 6 times. On the right hand side, you can see coronary heart disease comes without signal. Dyslipidemia, stroke, sleep apnea is also equal problem. I again will remind you, head of the department of Max Saket walking to you because she's upset when a girl of 23 is lost and within a week a girl of 24 is lost with PCOD, obese PCOS patient. I'm not going to talk on the evaluation, it is a topic by itself. Coming directly to the treatment. All guidelines which have been described in relation to PCOS, whether 18, ACE, ACE, or Endocrine Society guidelines, the first line of therapy is normalize your weight. जिसने ये मंत्र जान लिया, उसकी तो बस उद्धार हो गया. And this normalization of weight comes from the lifestyle changes. Increased physical activity brings paradigm shift in diet. If smoking is stopped, may help overweight and obesity. Counseling is very, very, very important for a long-term complications, but at the same time, it's high time that we should start talking that it can be reversed. So the mantra is weight loss, and weight loss. Normalize your weight. In counseling, we must say that the lifestyle treatment is 80%. Lifestyle contributes 80%. And the drugs only will make 20%. As far as the pharmacotherapy of polycystic ovarian disease is concerned, again, people who are listening me, they are expert. You take any problem and there is a well-described treatment and there is no controversy there. I am not going to deal with this, be it a hirsutism or hyperandrogenism features, whether it's infertility, everything is crystallized. All over the world, guidelines are there and people have to follow that set guidelines and there is no confusion as far as the polycystic ovarian disease and infertility is concerned. We also know that as little as 5 to 10% initial weight loss over 6 months improves fertility outcome. You can find quite a significant number have regular cycles even with this small weight loss and spontaneous ovulations, sometimes even spontaneous pregnancy and a live birth. Now, question is this insulin resistance, which brought a lot of premature aging in the system. A girl of 14 and 16 looks old. क्या ये पेड़ हरा भरा हो सकता है? That's a question. This is a totally new concept, just like freedom from diabetes. Our racks full of books on PCOD do not describe this. Yes, I'm serious. I'm talking about PCOD reversal. I again repeat, in treatment, lifestyle makes 80% and the drugs only contribute 20%. If there are 100 experts treating diabetes mellitus, 5 people have started talking about holistic management of diabetes. And they've started talking that normalize your weight and your problem will be reversed. As far as 100 experts are there on PCOD and nobody is talking about its reversal. Both diabetes and PCOD are a bhai-bahan. So if the diabetic experts ikka dukka have started talking about it, but the dedicated program in this country are still missing. Food is the most important medicine. I always say that WHO gives a guideline. The modern medicine doctors they must know about the nutrition and start counseling them. Otherwise, another 20 years, the dietitian are going to replace modern medicine doctors. Now, this US FDA 1977 gave its policy and advised that a small, frequent carbohydrate meals. And I think, we were played. This was danger signal. All these junk food industries came from that particular time. So this 77 brought a whole lot of this danger, morbidity with us. And the trend of highly processed food started from here. Everything was refined. Sugar refined, wheat refined, oil refined. So early 80s, we started seeing this epidemic, ferocious one. Type 2 diabetes, PCOD, heart attacks, fatty liver, hypothyroidism. And 150 diseases, including Alzheimer and dementia, are caused by insulin resistance. So, epidemic of early 80s of insulin resistance gave the term metabolic syndrome, came into existence, called Syndrome X. Few of us probably will not know what are the 5 components of metabolic syndrome. 3 out of 5, if they are present, the person is positive for metabolic syndrome. And these are elevated BP. Again, the level has been given. I've just broadly trying to give it to you so your mind remembers it. There's a dyslipidemia. There are 2 factors in dyslipidemia. There's impaired glucose metabolism, insulin resistance, and obesity, which is abdominal or a visceral obesity. Treatment? इस पेड़ को हरा भरा करने के लिए इस मोटापे का कारण है is carbs causing insulin resistance. So इसका treatment भी होगा no carbs. Remove carbs from your diet. So the treatment is weight reduction plus lifestyle changes. It has to be holistic approach. Diet, no or low carbs. This is going to control inflammation, control insulin resistance, proper dedicated physical exercises, adequate rest and sleep. Less is, it is points by itself that requires emphasization time and again. Optimizing gut microbiome and stress reduction. Sometimes we find that the weight loss is not there. The people work on the stress because that person we have not been able to de-stress, and that's why things are not doing better. So the weight reduction is the funda, which comes 70% is diet and 30% is exercise. It can be 60-40 also. And this is going to target metabolic syndrome, mainly the insulin resistance behind it, improving fertility and the rest of the presentation of polycystic ovarian disease. The benefits of weight reductions are decreases seen in insulin resistance, serum androgen concentration, decrease in the ovarian size, decrease in the number of cysts, and the reversal of plasma lipids. It restores ovulation and fertility. I haven't brought the photos of more than a dozen people who have lost weight and their fatty liver over a period of time has disappeared. Goes without saying, it restores ovulation and fertility. Weight reduction has a great hormonal impact. Impact on the weight is seen on the ovarian morphology. A more favorable endocrine environment is seen. There's a reduction in free androgens and improved insulin sensitivity. There's a decrease in the volume might be due to the reduction in the microfollicles and the ovarian stroma. coming to the visceral fat. In obesity, these adipocytes, look at the hypertrophy in them. The blood circulates via the visceral fat, via these adipocytes, and it pours dangerous chemicals in the liver. Whole lot of these dangerous chemicals are listed here. Free fatty acid, increased leptin, PI increase, all these cytokinins are increased, and there is increased insulin resistance, and there is increase in chronic inflammation. Whole lot of civilization diseases. When the reversal is brought about by weight loss, pro-inflammatory chemicals which bring about insulin resistance and chronic inflammation, they go down. There's a reversal. There's a reversal of these pro-inflammatory chemicals which are produced by obesity. Reduction in the insulin resistance with diet improves fertility in polycystic ovarian disease. A positive correlation is reported between ovarian volume and BMI. Patients have to be prescribed 1,000 to 1,200 calories diet, and they found that if the carbohydrate had daily 30 grams of fibers, it brought about great results. At every group, there was improved infertility. Weight reduction assists ovulation. Reversal of the weight loss reestablishes ovulation or improves their response to ovulation inductions, ultimately improving fertility without medical intervention. The nutrients of concern in PCOS will take some time. There are terms used as saturated fatty acids. We all of us know about the refined atta, refined sugar, refined oil. Big no to them, because they are the main cause of insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome. There'll be topic by itself whether the milk to be taken at all or not, because the milk is supposed to compete with insulin. For its entry, this does not allow the entry of insulin into the cell. And the same happens with wheat, and same happens with trans fats. So we'll talk sometime later. Salute to William Banting, who started insulin way back. He said he started the low carbohydrate movement. And it's a fact that the carbs are non-essential for human survival. I again repeat, it is a fact that the carbs are non-essential for the human survival. Crash diets and the madness for workouts do nothing. They kill the very spirit of our weight loss determination. You should have a fixed time for your meals, so your body is not confused. There should be proper gaps for assimilation and no skipping meals. The biggest danger. So the diet which is...
Your slides are unshared. Can you share it again, ma'am?
कब से unshared हो गए?
मैम पिछले 2-3 slides मिस हुए हैं.
I will just get back again.
Yes, ma'am.
आ गया मैम.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible now.
I repeat 2-3 more slides. This is a William Banting, who was the student. And he said he was one with his professor was responsible for insulin invention. And he said the low carbohydrate movement, he for the first time said it is a fact that the carbs are not essential for human survival. Talking to many people who have lost weight, the crash diets and the madness for workouts do more harm than good. And they kill the spirit of weight loss motivation. So you should have a fixed time for your food, so your body is not confused. There should be proper gaps between the food and no skipping meals. There is a gentleman in Maharashtra. He advocates 2 meals a day. So there can be, many communication later on. As for the diet in PCOS is concerned, there's a lot of big scientific data is there. If you give them a low carb diet, which is high in fiber, rich in fat, improves metabolic profile of a PCOS patient in just fortnight. There are different diets are available, same calories, and the result is almost the same. There are many diets in the market. One is keto diet, which advocates 70 to 80% fat, 20% proteins, and 10% carbs. Negligible carbs. The paleo diet advocates more on protein, 40% protein, 40% protein, 40% fat, and 20% carbs. The quantity and the quality of the carbs determine your health and the length of your life. It turns off your fat switch. हिंदुस्तान तो भुक्कड़ लोगों का देश है. जब उनको खाना मिल गया, लिया और स्टोर कर लिया. And जब when खाना नहीं मिलेगा तो ये the fat gets burned and you get energy. This permanent switch off of the fat will bring us permanent weight loss and healthy youth. People have started talking about now the freedom from diabetes. PCOS and diabetes have the same pathophysiology, and PCOS can also be reversed in 6 to 12 months' time with high fat, moderate protein, and a low carb diet, which is rich in high fiber diet. And intermittent fasting, people are talking these days quite a bit about it. It does a job by itself, very effective. And exercise, you should take a dedicated program, then only it works. Now, what is the benefits of optimum protein in diet? Replacement of carbohydrate with protein at lib improves weight loss and improves glucose metabolism and offers a great treatment for polycystic ovarian disease patients. Diet consists of 40% energy coming from proteins, 30% from fat, and 30% from energy from the carbohydrate. In optimum protein, the ratio is 40, 30, 30. 40 is protein. Lean meat every day or eggs. Eggs have a big role. Eat lean dairy products, but other things are very important. Eat plenty of fruits and vegetables. Eat only whole grain products. Eat nuts, 2 servings. Big no to refined oil. Drink water when you're thirsty and eat when you're hungry. Engage in physical activity, at least 30 minutes, moderate exercise. And don't forget internal transformation of yourself. Dr. Verma has just now talked to you about half an hour, telling all tips and tricks. Each slide of hers was very important. That you have to do an internal transformation, which you can only do it, which is brought about. Pranayam stabilizes you emotionally. It de-stresses you, and the meditation does wonders. The biggest medicine. Now, another thing which I wish to tell you, that cholesterol comes from non-vegetarian food. So if dyslipidemia is a problem, then avoid non-vegetarian food, because cholesterol source is only non-vegetarian. The benefits of protein diet are that high protein, low carb diet will bring about decrease in plasma glucose. This is going to decrease insulin resistance, and it is going to decrease free testosterone, which is creating a havoc in polycystic ovarian disease. This is American Heart Association prescribing the diet. Just now, this particular diet have already told in detail. Dr. Verma has also highlighted this, but I'm going to summarize it in the end again. WHO in 2015 said, as far as the carbohydrate intake is concerned, limit sugar to less than 5% of your total daily calories. If you have to take 2000 calories per day, no more than 100 calories should come from the sugars. Amount of 25 grams will give you 100 calories, and this is amounts to 2 tablespoons of sugar per day. Mind you, WHO guidelines were created for healthy people and not people with insulin resistance. And that is why Benting has said there is no place for carbohydrates. We can't do without them. A word about the dietary fibers in PCOS diet. Dietary fibers are totally non-digestible form of the carbohydrates. They're part of the complex carbohydrate. Complex carbohydrate means the carbohydrate is broken in multiple ways. So you find that the immediate hypoglycemia is not seen with complex carbohydrates, and that's why they are promoted. They help to promote healthy lipid profile and a glucose tolerance and ensures normal gastrointestinal function. Naturally occurring dietary fiber may help reduce the risk of metabolic syndrome, cardiovascular problems as a result of insulin resistance, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. And the recommended dose is 14 grams per 1000 calories or 25 grams or 30 grams for a woman per day. One thing is very clear. If you want to lose weight, you have to cut down your calories. But restriction of calories does not mean starving. The only thing you have to pick up a food which gives you less calories. Intermittent fasting is great, and micronutrients, you should remember, normally in India we give 60, 25 and 15 but keto diet and the paleo diet, I've just now described it. Few rules. Best drink is water. So at home, don't bring sugary sweet drinks. These foods are bad, and bad. There's nothing like a diet cola. They're harming your system much more than anything else. So my request to everybody who's listening, that the best drink is water, and do not bring sugary drinks at home. Fruits and vegetables at lib. They decrease the calories without you making you feel hungry. Nuts and seeds, 2 portions must be taken. What is 1 portion? 5 badam, adha akhrot is 1 portion. Because they are healthy fats and they help your system. Big no to refined oil, big no to refined flour and sugar. Good carbs are complex carbs plus fiber. They take care of satiety, they don't cause hypoglycemia. And hypoglycemia is the one which converts everything to the fat. Eat slowly. भगवान ने आपको 32 दांत दिए, 32 बार चबाकर खाना है. Big no, food coming from factory. Anything which comes from a factory, चाहे वो bread हो, चाहे वो biscuits हो, चाहे वो cookies हो, उसको big no to the house. And fats are calories dense. Remember always, portion restriction is the key. Beside macronutrients, which is carbohydrate, protein, and fat, the system requires a lot of micronutrients. And there is a nutrient given on the left side. The benefits are written in between. And on the right-hand side, the dietary sources are given. This presentation will be available on SlideShare. So it will be available for all of you to go through it. What is the thing which you can get from your natural diet which is available to you? PCOD diet should include a couple of these seeds, eggs, a lot of greens, and amla, guavas. Foods to avoid are right here. Again, they can be a talk itself on, full talk can be on this. So reversing polycystic ovarian disease, the mantra is no processed food, no food rich in carbs, and carbs, no to refined sugar and flour, no to refined oils. This will bring back the health to you. If you want to return to health, eat healthy diet. Understand, medications, however expensive, cannot reverse the effect of bad diet. I repeat again, medications, however expensive, cannot reverse the effect of bad diet. Socrates said, the rest of the world lives to eat, while I eat to live. So the mantra for polycystic ovarian disease and infertility bothering in PCOS is lifestyle mantra. Increase your physical activity. This is going to FSH, LH, SHBG levels are going to be improved significantly, and the total testosterone will get lowered with exercise and physical activity. The references are there down below. Behavioral therapy is very, very important. Yes, I'm going to do it. Quitting smoking helps lowering the already high-risk metabolic syndrome. And you have to de-stress yourself. Motivation and reduction of psychological distress and anxiety is the key to agreement with medication and dietary management of polycystic ovarian disease. So, in summary, too much of carb and the processed food are the cause of insulin resistance, responsible for metabolic syndrome, giving rise to PCOS and another 150 non-communicable diseases. Low consumption of dietary fiber, the complex carbs, may contribute to ovarian dysfunction in PCOS. Dedicated metabolic program of low carb, high fat, high protein diet is needed to halt and reverse insulin resistance. Obesity, abnormal GTT, and a lot of hormonal changes seen in polycystic ovarian syndrome. Proper intake of vitamin D and calcium is very important. Now, vitamin D is for anything and everything. So that has to be taken very seriously. And people should read about vitamin D and calcium again and again. This is required and are vital things. High consumption of cholesterol coming from a non-vegetarian source is a substrate for androgen synthesis and may contribute to hormonal imbalance in PCOS syndrome. So the people who are totally non-vegetarian should think and listen what Dr. Sharda Jain is saying. It is necessary to supplement the diet of a woman with PCOS with chromium, zinc, and magnesium because of the deficiencies in them in daily diet can harm you. One of the most important dietary deficiency is folic acid. So whenever you are planning to have pregnancy, do not forget to take folic acid as supplementation. So the choice lies in your hands. Your hands decide the key of the future health. And I wish all girls and women a long, healthy life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sharda Jain, ma'am. You have very well highlighted all the important points which are required for reversal of PCOS. The tips and tricks, they will go a long way in helping our women to get the PCOS reversed. I will now invite our experts, Dr. Archana ma'am, Dr. Ragini ma'am, and Dr. Tarini ma'am, to say a few words about the same, and their comments are invited. Ma'am, before they start, I will just like to ask you, I heard in some of the meeting that as the carbohydrate snacks are cheaper, our adolescents are more prone to buy them, and all healthy snacks are costly. So, ma'am, what are your comments about that before I go on to my experts?
Let me be very frank with you. When you know the cause of my problem is this, the solution is it should be out. We are not talking at this particular time why the junks became popular in America. Why it became an epidemic. They have their own problems. 80% of the people in America also live on these energy-studded junk foods. So the talk is not that. If you want to be healthy, you have to work for it and you have to do this. So that the issue is not there. My cause problem is here. The solution is here.
Right. Over to you, Ragini ma'am, for your comments. Ragini ma'am, are you there?
Don't worry. Tarini.
Archana ma'am, Tarini ma'am.
अनीता डॉक्टर शारदा जैन के टॉक के बाद कुछ भी बोलना बिल्कुल ऐसा होगा कि जैसे कि सूरज को दिया दिखाना, बट लिटरली डेफिनेटली PCOS is a disease of hormonal imbalance, and it is a disorder where femininity is being disturbed, where complications are totally there for the future, and it can have serious long-term complications, and we have to take care, and awareness about it is really very, very important, including lifestyle modification and diet, and 5% of weight loss can do much wonders, and start doing everything on your own. Too much कहीं जाना है तो थोड़ा पैदल चल के जाओ, कुछ करना है तो कलरफुल प्लेट का याद रखना है, but यही I think it is and it is getting so much common because we are getting used to those Western things, and we need to understand that.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Tarini ma'am, आप कुछ बोलेंगी? तारिणी मैम, हाँ जी मैम. मैम अनम्यूट कर लीजिए.
Tanya ma'am, unmute.
Yes. So, first of all, the congratulations to Sharda Jain ma'am for bringing such an important topic we have never heard, and that is the need of the time, and so much as like our girls are suffering from this problem. So she has covered everything, each and every point, every what we should take, micronutrients, and intermittent fasting. So I would just highlight from her presentation. First of all, they should make a strategy कि what they are taking in the meals, and it should be time bound, and they should take like a timing should be very important. Dr. Sharda Jain ma'am has covered in this top point also. So timing is very important, and calories they should divide. In the morning they should take whatever the calories they have planned, 1500, 1800, 1600. They should take at least 5.4% for that in the morning, and 3.2% in the afternoon, the lunch, and the least like a pork, they should be taken at the dinner time, 1.8, 1.9, and 1.4%. And the PCOS is definitely genetic, as we have looked at so many studies, but it aggravates with the disorders of the lifestyle and nutrition. And nutrition, as Sharda Jain ma'am also highlighted about the intermittent fasting. So I am really in the favor of that. The patient doesn't get the confused also if we tell her you eat from 10 to 6 p.m. So she will, in a very organized way, she can take 10 to 6 p.m. and take a good sleep and a little bit meditation. It works a lot. And what is the science behind the intermittent fasting? I just highlight it within one sentence. Like if we do 8 hours fasting, so the glycogen in the liver is depleted. And suppose if we do the 12 hours fasting, in that case the fat cells by lipolysis it converts into the fatty acid and then convert to glycerol and ketones. So we can say to break the fast, if they feel the smell, sweet smell, or there is a urine is clear, they should break the fast. So it is very organized. It works, the intermittent fasting. Ma'am also has taken. So I'm just highlighting from her presentation. So thank you, ma'am, for inviting us, for giving this opportunity. And I am really enriched from your presentation. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you.
I wish to have a very critical comments from Dr. Kiran Agarwal if she's there, from Dr. Angela, Dr. Seema Sehgal, anybody can make comments. I just want to hear, what is their own experience about it and what do they think about it.
Ma'am, another point I wanted to just add to ma'am's presentation was that the whole family needs to change their lifestyle and eating habits. Oh, the poor girl cannot do it alone. So that is another very important carry home message, that the food habits of the family needs a major overhauling. So over to you, Kiran Agarwal ma'am, if you are there, please make comments. Shivani, you will like to say anything?
I just wanted to highlight, yes, there is no diet which is proven to be superior to any other diet for polycystic ovary. So
Correct.
what has been shown is that all the diets are equally effective. So you can follow whichever diet plan you find best. There is no one single answer.
I totally agree with you.
Absolutely correct. So anybody else wants to make
मैडम ये बताइए, पहले तो ये बताइए आपके कमेंट्स, आपकी हैप्पीनेस के लिए भी कमेंट आपके चाहिए कि आपकी हेल्थ का क्या राज है?
मैडम मैंने आपका पूरा सुना है, जिस समय अर्चना बोल रही थी उस समय मैं किसी और जगह पर बोल रही थी. आई हैव इन्फॉर्म्ड यू.
Okay.
So your talk is really excellent. There are 2 points in your talk which I can say you have given everything point wise and very clear. So masses will go to everybody's mind and stuck there. As Shivani says, all the diets you have really dissected like anything. And every single diet is important, but the most important thing is that we are not ready to change our behavior. Until unless the whole society will change, we'll go to any party and what we eat, the same junk food, same everything. And this is the crux. Until unless a mother is sensitized initially and she will change inside the routine of her home and sensitize the child, since he's a small child, it is very, very difficult to do. But yes, the type of the movement has started, and the lecture which you have given, it will give a food of thought to all the gynecologists. And the most important thing, we should not send our patient to the dietitian immediately. The basic nutritional guidance should go from us. This is a wonderful message came from you.
Doctor, I just want to tell you, I heard one video of Bill Clinton was sent to me 3 years back, and it said that he was so bad in health. Somebody said to him that he should go for a vegan diet. He was changing one doctor to another, and the more costly doctor he took, his health deteriorated, and he switched completely to kitchen free, fireless diet. खाली उसने vegan diet को लिया, and he said, I'm much better. For the wedding of his daughter, he said, my health का राज ये है कि I have gone to vegan diet. Now, there are people now, there is a gentleman in Pune. He charges 40,000 rupees for a reversal of diabetes. And he said, आपको जो मैं कहता हूँ वो करना पड़ेगा. He charges 30,000 rupees for reversal of PCOS. And it is totally diet and a dedicated exercise program and internal transformation. So I think all of us have to start thinking about it. Then only this epidemic can be stopped. Otherwise, this epidemic will not be stopped. So this is a food for thought to start thinking on those lines. Once you start thinking on those lines, I think that things will start. Today it was looking very something odd that I have presented to you. But no, I've been working on this for the last 3-4 years, and I feel that it is possible. We don't take any patient for stem cell therapy unless the patient commits to us that their person is going to change the lifestyle, which हमारे तरह की डाइट लेनी पड़ेगी, हमारे तरह का एक्सरसाइज शेड्यूल लेना पड़ेगा, और हमारे तरह से लोगों का प्राणायाम और मेडिटेशन करना पड़ेगा. अगर ये आप नहीं कर सकते तो आप ये मत कहिएगा कि 10 साल के बाद आपकी हेल्थ खराब हो गई. You can see all of us with stem cell therapy, but with lifestyle. And the lifestyle has taught that, the time has come, we have to take a decision for ourselves. This is what it is. The stem cell therapy, no medicine is going to work for you unless you change your diet. आप bad diet लोगे और सोचोगे pills खा के काम हो जाएगा, नहीं.
Madam, today's a time we can remember Mamta Lekhi again, that if we are not going to do anything today, and tomorrow the all nutrition are going to replace us, and that is going in the society now also. And how I counsel my patient for infertility who has come, who are obese, so I always say कि तुम्हें इतनी आग लगी है कि तुम्हारा बच्चा ठहरे, पहले तुम दिखाओ उस आग को, तुम्हें कितनी लगी है, 3 महीने का टाइम दे, you come back after 3 months, then I'll give you treatment. just go back and reduce your weight, do your lifestyle. One thing. Second thing, अगर if you go spiritual, I always say, सब कहते हैं कि आपका दाना पानी फिक्स है, आपको फिक्स अमाउंट से पैदा किया गया है, फिक्स अमाउंट ऑफ शुगर, फिक्स अमाउंट ऑफ like carbohydrates, फिक्स अमाउंट ऑफ प्रोटीन्स. आप जल्दी खा के खत्म कर दोगे तो it will be over for you. डॉक्टर बंद कर देंगे आपका बाद में. और अगर आप थोड़ा थोड़ा करके खाते रहो, you can enjoy for the whole of your life. This is how we counsel them. That you have to do it. And you're coming from doctor to doctor, just having too much of pulandas, 80 kg weight, 90 kg weight, you're not able to conceive, IVF failed. I say, go and just show me what you can do for yourself. Why are you expecting us to do for yourself? Do for yourself, then come back. And definitely you'll have this thing. And for these all kind of very, we have to be very impactful in that part. Like we have to give too much of time to the patient, but you have to do it. Otherwise you'll not, it's going to be again a failure.
Dr. Pushpa Chandra, want to speak? Dr. Pushpa Chandra. Madam is not there. Madam is also, a big, great follower of lifestyle changes. And, I've been watching her for the last 30 years. Her weight is just the same. Madam, Ragini, you must share about your health karaz. आप क्या खाना खाते हो?
मैडम, कहने की बात तो सिंपल ये है कि जब सर पे पड़ती है तो करना ही पड़ता है. I am severely diabetic. And when even insulin is not able to control my diabetes, so this is the one thing. And I can share one thing. This is not the first time I have reduced my weight. I entered in medical college as 98 kg and came out as 60 kg. So that was my first time when I reduced my weight. And it is the fifth time when I reduce my weight. I'm not very much, I'm basically a foodie person. And I have, with the education and especially when I saw that I'm aging towards menopause and it is the right time when I should take a place towards a healthy lifestyle and try to be reduce myself and continue to be reduced, because at this age, if we are not manage our weight, any disease can be very, very serious and it is very difficult to control that. So this is basically the thing. I have controlled my diet and start doing the exercise and become, as previous speaker has said, I become the spiritual. When you become the spiritual, some time of energy has come from inside and which motivate you towards your goal. That is the biggest thing. I am a strong Shiva follower, and since I have become totally devoted to Shiva, it has changed my life.
Yes.
Yes. So I think, little spiritual bent of yours and drastic change in lifestyle and serve humanity, I think automatically things will do. But I think, we start thinking about lifestyle and only you can do it. Secondly, slowly and slowly start thinking about the diet which is fireless. आज सोचना शुरू करेंगे तो कल चलना शुरू करेंगे. And my friend is no more there, Dr. Lekhi. She used to say, the WHO की किताब में हमने लिखा हुआ देखा है कि the modern medicine doctor, if they do not follow and start advising on the nutrition and read about nutrition, sooner the dietitians are going to take over.
Yeah, this is very true, very, very true.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Shivani, will you like to conclude and add vote of thanks? Thank you, ma'am, for giving us this opportunity to conduct this webinar. We are extremely happy at the end, and we have taken your advices seriously. So, Shivani, you can propose a vote of thanks to ma'am and everybody attending.
Yes, so I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our wonderful teacher, Dr. Sharda Jain ma'am, for taking up this initiative, for broadening our minds, making our horizons so big that yes, something like PCOS can be reversed. Thank you to Dr. Archana Verma ma'am for coming and telling us so much about happiness. And all our experts, Dr. Ragini, Dr. Tarini, Dr. Kiran, Dr. Jyoti, Dr. Seema, and I think I have not missed anyone.
Dr. Angela was there, but I think she's busy.
Dr. Angela. and my co-moderator, Dr. Anita ma'am. My God, it is such a delight to hear your wonderful shairi. I'm waiting to hear that only. So कुछ अच्छा सा सुना दीजिए. Thank you, Denon, for this wonderful program.
Thank you everybody.
And a big thank you, Mr. Ghanshyam.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, first of all, thank you so much, Sharda ma'am and Archana ma'am for wonderful presentation. I think you have made it